my name is Don Schmitt. I'm an interior designer in Cleveland, and today I'm at the Eaton Collection in Woodmere, Ohio. And I'm at the shop called Details. Details is a store that's been in Cleveland for a number of years now. Originally, years ago, I had the honor and privilege and all that gooey stuff to say about the store. I was involved in designing the original Details store at Shaker Square. At that time, I met Janice Pace, the owner, and she had just come here from New York, and she's an amazingly gifted and talented woman, and she has made her mark on the city of Cleveland in the years that she's been here. Details is known to be the destination for the very hippest, the very coolest, the most amazing stuff you can find anywhere in the city. So anyway, I'm here now, and I don't know, nobody's wait. Oh, there. Hi, Janice.
Hi, John. What a
Hey,
pleasure.
Mwah.
Mwah.
I'm
Come
in
in.
very hip Hollywood. Hello,
Good to
Janice.
see you.
Listen, I'm so excited that you're here today because I wanted to talk a little bit about the store here at Eaton and your wonderful selection and collection of pieces parts.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm impressed, and I'm one of your biggest fans. But what is your background? I mean, I know a little bit about it. I know you were in New York before you came back to Cleveland, and you've been here a long time now. You're a fixture in the community. But what was your background before regarding fashion?
Well, I'm a seasoned retailer, I have to say. I started decades ago. This store itself is 20 years old, as you might have mentioned, but I had 25 years in retail in New York. Although I was born and raised here, that was the beginning of my retail career. So Cleveland being my tribal land, I said, why not bring something new? And that's how we created Details Accessory Gallery. It really filled a void at the time. There was a lot of fashion that I saw in many of the cities that we did not have here. So I wanted to bring a collection that really demonstrated that there is tremendous fashion in all the accessory categories that have great style, filled with art, but yet very affordable. So that really was the profile and the concept. And I'll tell you a funny story, actually, when I came to Cleveland and said that I was opening an accessory store and I would have fashion jewelry, I was greeted with, oh no, we only wear fine jewelry in Cleveland, only diamonds and gold. And I had parties and I brought them in to see my collection. And I'm proud to say they've supported our fashion jewelry for 20 years, so
And they really
we work.
have to. And I think the other thing about your store and your marketing sensitivity is price.
Yes.
You know, there are
Yes.
so many absolutely beautiful quality items in your store that are all, the price point is always a surprise. It's like, no way, this can't only be 20 bucks. No, these aren't only $12. You know, you have an amazing price point. The other thing, though, is how do you know what you're doing, the trends? You know, I've known you for years, having worked with you on your first store and this store too, and I know that you're always a little bit ahead of the curve with what's going on in fashion. I remember a story once that I can tell, I think, about you had Chanel pearls, great big, beautiful Chanel pearls with grosgrain ribbon, and someone said, oh, you have the knockoff. And you said, no, actually I have the original, and that is what Lagerfeld took it from. So these are the ones that actually are now Chanel, but these were before.
Right.
And so you're always a little bit ahead of the curve, and you're always doing something that's very current and hip. But how do you do that? I mean, how do you sort of spot the trend and know where to go?
Well, like designers themselves, yes, they have their inspiration from their own creative views and feelings, but many times it bubbles up from the street. So what you have to do is be a good listener and also observe. You observe the people on the street. You observe the actors on television. You go to every current movie. You just keep your eyes and ears tied to what's now and what's new. And by watching every aspect of life and listening to your customer, what their life is about, what will fulfill their lifestyle, what they're looking for, what their needs are. It all trains your eye and your ear to hear, see, and determine what will be right for the store.
So it's an intuitive sort of listening, being somewhat intuitive.
Right.
A little bit of synchronicity falls into it because you start to see the product and it resonates, and the next thing you know, you have a new trend. But you're always ahead of it. You're always ahead of it, and I think that's exciting. I remember coming back one day from a trip. I don't remember where I was, but I came back and I was couldn't wait to tell you about little white blouses, beautiful little white cotton blouses that are all the rage in Europe. And you had a rack full of the little fabulous white blouses.
Right.
You know, you were ahead of it. It's kind of hard to beat you at your own game. Is there any product currently? I mean, I'm looking at these bags. They are really amazing. Is there anything you want to show us or talk about today that's very special? I see the big chain on that bag over there. I mean, what can we talk about?
Like every season, there is a trend and a direction that I really seek out to create the profile in the store of whatever it is. I want our followers to feel that if they see a fabulous sunglass in a movie, they can find it here. If they see a trend or an item in the fashion magazines, they know they can come here to find it. So you've come in at the beginning of the fall season. And this season there's 4 distinct trends of which I'm trying to define here. And one is like the Madonna, funk, punk kind of 80s. Another is animal. So that is combined here with your hard grommets, studding a faux crocodile finish. A third is bohemian. So this is your traveler, your world traveler, who straps this across her body. It's great. Let me show you how that looks. And she's hands-free, and she can go from the train in Europe right to lunch and dinner and look absolutely terrific. It's a statement piece, and it's like well under $100, and it's leather. So I want my gals to be right on top of whatever the trends are.
$55. She said less than $100, $55. It's amazing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But that's our hub, to have the trend, to have it right on point, and to have the great price point. And another key element is versatility, to have an item that takes you from A to Z. So you're really getting a bang for your buck. And our customers, I think, worldwide are looking for items now that aren't just an impulse purchase, but something that they can use a great deal in a myriad of ways.
So it's a classic as well, a classic piece.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we always carry within our assortment what could be called updated classics that, again, are well priced, but more importantly, they're universal and they're great styles year after year after year. So we're on top of the trends, but we always keep solid classics.
And that's a big part of fashion too, is the classic and the trend and the combination of pieces, parts, and how that plays.
Exactly.
Yeah, and these are fantastic, and these are in that ballpark price range that you were talking about.
Exactly.
So now tell me about. Look at this. Look at fur.
Well, here we're talking about animal prints.
Oh yeah.
And women always loved animal prints. They're the rage this season, but we women always love our leopard and our zebra and our animal prints.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got to tell you something,
This is a guy.
Missy. I own this hat. I own this hat.
All right. So we have fun and making the setup and making the statement. And fur is very big this year. Of course, this is faux fur.
Faux fur, of course.
So,
No need to come in here with ketchup or anything. This is faux fur. Faux.
and that brings up another thing. We also have vegan products. We're very into and aware of the environment in terms of bringing in products where we don't use animal anywhere in the production of the item. Even the coloring in our bags are made from vegetables and fruits. So that is an important trend direction that we're very much into making a statement.
So it's green, yeah, it's very green.
We have to thank Grace Kelly.
Oh, yes.
We have to thank her camel hair coat and her ascot and the classic chain that another designer made very popular, who we know as Coco Chanel. So we'll continue to develop those 4 directions for the fall, and by holiday, every customer in Cleveland will know where the trends are, what the trends are, and hopefully continue to support us in our success.
Yeah, well, you're very successful, and there's a reason, because you offer a quality product at a great price, and you have great service.
Thank you.
And everybody who works with Janice, they're delightful and charming, nice people. You know, it's fun. It's been really fun for me knowing you over the years, because, you know, my goal is to let people know about the creativity and the energy that exists in our city. And you're such a part of it in my life for a long time. And so it was great to come in here today and get to talk with you a little bit about what's going on, and you sharing with us a trend today. And I think for anyone who's looking for direction with regard to what's new in fashion or what to do because they just don't know, they really should stop into Details at Eaton and find out just what's happening in fashion today. Thank you so
very
much.
much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.